titration. What does it mean? When do you do it? What's it about? Well, I'm going to tell you my experience. Now, with Mounjaro, you start off, most people, on 2.5 milligrams of Mounjaro, and you stay on the 2.5 for the duration of that pen. And if you follow in the chemists and everybody else's suggestions, you move straight on to 5 milligrams after 4 weeks. You do 4 weeks on there, and then you go on to the next dose, which will be 7.5 milligrams. But is that the right way to do things? Personally, I'm going to say no. Oh, sorry, bit swingy there. And I'm going to tell you why. To me, changing doses of Mounjaro should be a personal thing, not something that the chemist tells you that, yes, it's time to change. I feel they're always going to tell you to change, because the higher up the dose you go, the more they charge you. Every single dosage of Mounjaro is priced differently, with the top end much more expensive than the bottom end. So of course they want to push you up that level. Now, if I tell you a little bit about how I progressed through the dosage, I've been on Mounjaro now for, well, 11 weeks, 12 weeks, for 12 weeks now. Now, when I first got my first Mounjaro pen, the 2.5 milligram pen, I took the first 2 doses and it worked really well for me. I had 0 food noise pretty much from day one. So I took the jab that night, the next morning woke up as if, you know, I'd already had my breakfast. It was a very strange feeling. So the food noise had gone, the hunger had gone. And it stayed like that for me. So after the second dose, the same thing. I then got an email from my supplier saying to me, it's time to reorder your new pen. So they were asking me to order the 5 milligram pen. And I thought, well, the last 2 weeks I've taken my Mounjaro, the 2.5 milligrams, and had 0 food noise. I'd had massive weight loss, or to me I thought it was massive, and it is massive. I lost 6 pounds in the first week and 7 pounds in the second week. So I thought, right, no, I'm not going to progress up. I'm going to stay on 2.5 milligrams. And that's what I did. I actually ordered another pen for 2.5 milligrams. So my second pen coming was going to be for that. For me, that probably was a mistake because of the way I've progressed with Mounjaro and what I've done. But for others out there, you guys, if you decide that after 2.5 milligrams it's the right dosage for you, then you may want to stay on the same 2.5 milligram pen. I'll tell you why I found it a mistake for me, is because if I had have ordered the bigger pen, I could have done what I've done for the rest of my Mounjaro journey, which is short dosed. Basically, not taking the full dose of the pen each time and saving yourself money. So, anyway, I had that second pen come and it was too late to change my mind. I'd ordered the pen, they'd sent it to me, and that's great. So I carried on taking the 2.5 milligrams. And it was right up to week 7 of taking 2.5 that everything seemed fine for me. I was still losing weight every week. I wasn't getting the hunger pains. Everything was good. But towards the end of week 7, probably on day 5 of that week, I noticed I was getting hungry and started thinking about food that I'd not thought about for 7 weeks. And after lots of reading up and reviewing other people's Mounjaro journeys that are online, I decided that this was a sign that you need to go up in dose. So I ordered my new pen from them, which I was going to do anyway, which is, well, actually, that's a lie. I actually ordered my new pen already by about week 6 for the next week, which was a 5 milligram pen. And I was intending to start that once I'd finished this pen. So week 7, I started getting hungry. And I stayed as I was, went the last 2 days feeling hungry, thinking, oh, well, I can cope with this. And I did. Got to week 8, took the jab for then, and the same thing happened then. But this time it was about day 4 after the jab, and I was feeling hungry. That's when I thought, right, Paul, you need to go up in dose. You need to go up to the 5 milligram. And that was my intention when I started the new pen. Anyway, jab number 9, we'll fast forward to then. I took my jab number 9 from the 5 milligram pen, and I took 5 milligrams. Well, that knocked me for 6. I had all sorts of side effects, from terrible headaches to feeling sick, dizziness, all sorts of things. And yes, the hunger noise went away, but I had all these other things come with it, and I thought, I can't cope with this. I drive for a living. I can't be feeling dizzy and not able to go to work because I'm trying to get myself in shape. So I decided that no, 5 milligrams was too much. So at the end of that week, I decided to change my strategy. I'm not going to take 5 milligrams again. So the start of week jab number 10, what I did on the Sunday, which was my usual jab day, I took 2.5 milligrams. And the food noise went away as per usual, but no side effects. So that was exactly what I wanted. And by the Wednesday evening, or no, it's actually Thursday morning, I decided I'm going to take another jab now, another 2.5 milligrams. So in effect, I'm still having 5 milligrams a week, but I split the dose over the two times. So it's twice a week, 2.5 milligrams. Now, I took that dose, again, no problems. Food noise is gone. And that's why I've stayed on that level ever since then. I've been 2.5 twice a week. So yes, I'm having 5 milligrams, but split in 2. And that took away all my side effects. I've not felt hunger since then. I've not thought, right, okay, I need to go up a level. That to me has been ideal, because right from the very beginning of this, I've thought to myself, yes, I want to take the dosage, whatever it is I need to get through. But at the same time, I don't want to get to such a level that I'm not going to be able to get off Mounjaro once I hit my target. I know you might think, well, that's a bit forward thinking. Do you really want to be thinking that far ahead? But I did, you know, I had this pull strategy, as I call it, that, you know, one day I'm going to have to get off of this. So I'm trying my best. So I'm going to go back the other way, sorry. I'm trying my best to stay on as lower dosage as I can, so that when we do get to the other end of this journey, it won't be such a massive struggle to come off of Mounjaro. So I'm now on week 12 of Mounjaro, still taking 2.5 milligrams twice a week, and thinking about the end of the journey, how I'm going to play this. If it comes to it that when I do hit my target weight, my final target weight, and decide that, you know, now I'm going to make that bold step and try and stop Mounjaro, and I find that I can't cope with the food noise and the hunger, then maybe I'll have to make a decision as to whether Mounjaro will be, or Mounjaro or Wegovy, or maybe the oral tablet that's coming out next year or the year after, maybe that will be my thing for life until I leave this lovely planet and cross over to the other side. If it is, obviously I'll be looking at having the very smallest dose possible, and if that's 1 milligram a week of Mounjaro, or half of one of these orthogonal, easy for you to say, oral tablets a week, then maybe that's the way it will go. But I'm 100% certain that I'm not going to go back to my old life of being overweight and not be able to do anything. You know, I want to be able to just get up and move without thinking about, oh, this is going to ache, or that's going to hurt, or to be able to go out and not think, oh, people are looking at me because I'm so big. Just to be a normal human. So if that's the cost it's going to be, is to stay on a drug, which I've heard many doctors actually have said this online, that they're saying this is a drug for life, but they talk about people being on the highest level, say 12.5 milligrams, and staying on that, or 15 milligrams. If that's your final thing, then you'll stay on that till you finish. Now, that's not the way I want to go, but who knows? Who knows? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm closing in on my target weight, which is fantastic. Just for your reference, it's Saturday the 27th of September today. I've been at work all day today, just finished in my cab, and I thought, you know what? There's just about enough light left to be able to put together a video. I hope you can see me okay. It's now 6:45 and we're right on sunset. So if I disappear into the darkness and you can just hear me, you know I'm still here. And I'm out here. I'm sticking to the path, not on the moors. I learnt that from a film. I can't think what film it is. Perhaps you can let me know in the notes. Anyway, so in the comments, please, if you don't mind, let me know what you've decided to do with titration. When did you go up a level? When did you come down a level? If you're at the end of your journey, what are you planning on doing? Are you planning on coming off of Mounjaro altogether? Or are you planning on staying on there and sort of microdosing, like I'm thinking? Is it a cost that's worthwhile to keep your health like this? I'm not sure. Anyway, I've spoken too much, as per usual. I'm going to go back to my cab, put this together for you, and you'll see it in the morning. By the way, I'm Paul, the London cab driver, and you're following me on my Mounjaro journey. If you've not seen me before, then welcome. And if you come back, thank you so much for coming back. And I hope you can see my silly face through this darkness. Okay, love you all, guys. See you next time.